Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. 23rd. Wow. Second day of summer, June 23rd, 2026. I've passed today's cognition test, because that's what they always do to you in the hospital. Sir, do you know where you are? Do you know what day it is? So I have passed. I guess I'm okay, and hope you are too. While my head is spinning, I just got done watching COFFEE and heard all about peptides and post-translational modification, glycosylation, and many other things. It's just fascinating, and flies way over the heads of the average human being. But we try to make people understand. It's frustrating. At any rate, let's get to it, my friends. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch, and drink it if you got it, while we listen to the blues and people pile in. I repeat, Good. Yes. Okay, band, you guys take the next hour or so off, and we'll see you at the end of the stream to play us some happy music, and we can go about our day. It's a gorgeous morning here in Melbourne. I'm sitting here getting ready for the stream, and my whole house starts rumbling, and sounds like it must have been a very large rocket that just went off from the Cape, because it was louder than usual, and it rumbled for quite a bit longer. So I'll be curious after this is over to go and see what it was. Maybe watch a replay of the launch. But we, about 20-something miles from the Cape, hear the sound of these launches about 4 minutes. Takes that long for the sound to get here, about 4 minutes after it actually happens. So everybody, a lot of people keep running out to see the launch, and the thing is already just a little bright spot in the sky with a smoke trail behind it. I stopped doing that long ago. But sometimes when I hear the rumbling, if I'm watching TV, I'll quick switch to YouTube, and they always broadcast these things. And I usually get tuned in time, especially with SpaceX, to see the booster land either at the Cape or land out there on the drone ship. But it's fascinating. But every day, it seems, there's a launch or two, or even three sometimes. Used to be they came months and months and months apart, and there was a special occasion. We'd all get in our cars and drive up there and line the intercoastal and watch the space shuttle go off. It was a different day and time. Okay, it's good to see COFFEE fired up at 3 a.m. out there in California. I'm looking forward to next week here, Monday in Orlando. In case you haven't heard yet, they're having a showing of the Healing Humanity movie on Monday the 29th in Orlando, and I'd like to see a lot of people there. I'm going to be there. COFFEE's going to be there. Not that me being there is any reason why you should break your neck to get there, but I'm going to be there. Get out of the house. Let me scroll back to the beginning. God, look at all the chat. Holy cow. Everybody's awake. You guys are really busy this morning already. 76 of you here so far. Got a lot of nice comments on that little video I put out yesterday, but god awful performance on it, view-wise. YouTube did not push that video to anyone. It's got less than 500 views in the first day. That is, I don't know what that says. and I don't want to think it's me, but I have another feed from my other channel, and I didn't even get a recommendation in my own feed to watch my own video. They pushed it to nobody. They didn't push it to many subscribers. I had to dig out in my subscriber feed to find it. It's the worst advertised video by YouTube I've ever seen. That's disgusting. Are they trying to drive all of us, carnivores and people, away out of YouTube completely because of the powers that be that just will not have our message get out there? It's like having church every Sunday and the only people that show up are the choir and all the seats in the pews are empty. That's what it's like for carnivore YouTubers these days. We play only to a very small group of people who have woken up to the nonsense. And listening to Josie this morning on Kiltsy talking about veganism, I'm going to make a video. I'm going to put it out. It's going to be a rough one. It's going to be raw. It's going to be truthful. It's going to piss off 90% of the people that watch it. I am going to turn off comments. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks about my opinion on veganism and the kind of people that it attracts. I'm going to do it anyway. Maybe the end of my YouTube career. But I was so incensed listening to her go over everything that we know and thinking about, well, I won't do it now, but I will do it. I will do it. It's something I want to do because I don't, and will YouTube let anybody see it? Probably not. So I may as well just come on every morning, grab a cup of coffee, stand in front of the mirror, and whatever's in my mind, I'll get it off my mind. That way I won't get any pushback. I won't piss anybody off. And if you, I see a comment there from Robbie. Yeah, if you like that video I put out yesterday, YouTube's not letting it get out there. Tell your friends. I never tell you to share videos and push them, but that was funny. I don't care what anybody says. And I think we need to laugh a little more, have a little more fun in this world. Stop taking all this crap so seriously. And one of these days, I'll have to try to define all the buzzwords that everybody has no idea and doesn't understand. Kiltsy tries to do it, but it just gets too complicated. Buzzwords that you keep hearing most of the time to sell you something, most of the time being defined by somebody who has no freaking idea what they're talking about, doesn't understand the science, would be much better off just saying eat meat, because that would be the most intelligent thing they could say, and stop trying to tell you why, because I don't know why. A peptide is a chain of amino acids. Period. We talk about peptides. I don't take peptides. I know it's peptide, peptide that, peptide the other thing. GLP-1 is a peptide. Everything is a peptide. A peptide is a chain of amino acids produced by a ribosome reading mRNA, which is transcribed from DNA to create a protein. That's what peptides do. They create proteins. A peptide by itself that hasn't folded up and become a little molecular motor of some kind or enzyme of some kind doesn't do anything except float around in the cytoplasm of the cells. Every cell has peptides. It has to. The peptides create life. Proteins are nothing more than a peptide chain folded up. Life, that is life. There's no life without that. A protein does not mean red meat. It doesn't mean anything. It's a molecule. So we keep having people try to explain the very basics of organic chemistry to people and tell in a way that they think maybe they'll relate it to what they should buy in the grocery store. We're talking about two different and wildly different levels of understanding. So my advice to people who don't really know how proteins are built, to don't talk about peptide chains. It's not food. It's not a drug. It's not anything. It's just a string of amino acids floating around in the gelatinous cytoplasm of a cell, waiting to become a protein. And when you hear Kiltz talk about post-translational modification, there's this peptide chain, and it's going to fold up to be a particular protein that does a particular job. Well, along comes a molecule of glucose. And it just happens to bump into this peptide chain, and then because of molecular attraction, it attaches itself. We say it's glycated it. The fact that that sugar molecule is stuck on this peptide, which is a chain of amino acids now, changes the way it folds up. It gets in the way. It doesn't let it become the protein it was intended. That's called a post-translational modification. And it changes the function of that protein. We have 25,000 different proteins in our body. And when you multiply that times approximately 600 different modifications that are possible because of this post-translational modification, you've got millions and millions and millions of different end results, and all of them that have survived evolution do some good somewhere. So to try, now, what I just said is right over the head of most people, but most people are here looking for actionable advice. Oh, I'm saying, that's all well and good, Mitch. We're happy you understand the science at a molecular level, but WTF, man? How much fat should I eat a day, and why? So we'll keep trying to explain it. But I may as well, if you don't. It's like I felt in college when I listened to some of these math professors. I had no idea what they were talking about and didn't care much either. Just tell me what to eat. I'm sorry about that, but these are things that are in my head as I watch so many different carnivore YouTubers and wonder why I can't get more than 400 or 500 views on a video as funny as that one with the memes. If I put a video out there that said, "Carnivore is killing me, I quit," I'll get 250,000 views. That's what they want to hear. It's amazing how anything negative about carnivore gets propagated to the moon. Anything positive about our lifestyle is considered deadly medical advice, and as the current state of it, the YouTube algorithm does everything it can, short of just deleting the channel, to disillusion those of us that are trying to spread the message and make us just give up. And they're winning. They're winning. That's sad. But that's where the money is, unfortunately. So those of you who have a YouTube channel and are trying to grow to these enormous numbers that you see Ken Berry, and it's too late. I was too late for that as well. It's getting harder and harder and harder. Good morning. Sorry about the little rant this morning, but it's what I am. It's what I do. Michael Pregler says, I personally try to understand all the nuances. Yes, me too, Michael. I have a fascination to understand that. I spend so much of my time studying the molecular chemistry that is life. You have to start at the basics. You don't have to know all the big words, but you have to understand the meaning of a lot of these words. Gene expression is a great place to start. Google it. Gene expression. Gene transcription. That's the first step in the creation of a protein. And then you just follow it up the chain. It is complicated, but it's elegant in the way it works. And it works because of molecular chemistry and the fact that certain atoms attract, certain atoms repel. I can't get into basics of chemistry because that's complicated enough, but you can't understand how life works until you understand the basic concepts of how a molecule is actually formed in the first place because of the way that certain atoms either attract or repel. I don't want to. That's my problem. I go down rabbit holes. I could start a conversation on that, and we'd finish tonight, and everybody have their heads exploded, including me trying to explain it. Okay, get back to you guys, because I think I might be chasing you away with this. Brian Dish, good morning. How you doing, Brian? And who is this? This is Wayne Herman. I'm going to try to run through this real fast. Jerry Voitish, good morning. DJ Bro, how you doing, my friend? And Sandy Blythe, good morning to you. Mike Seeley, good morning to you. Michael Kenny, how you doing? Rough Carnivore in Guam. D, thinking for myself, good morning. Why is it I've never heard of Dr. Sean O'Mara? Has anyone heard of him? Everybody's heard of Sean O'Mara if you watch enough of these things. But it's not surprising that a bunch of people have not heard of him. There's many carnivore YouTubers I haven't heard of. There's just too many of us. The majority of people in our community have never heard of me either. Sean O'Mara is the guy who demonizes visceral fat. Visceral fat, I mean, that's his big thing. His big thing is visceral fat is poisoning you and killing you, and you need to get rid of it. And you need to have these DEXA scans and all that stuff, and he's in great shape for a guy his age, and he may be right, he may be wrong, but that's his opinion. Kiltz doesn't believe a word of it. Kiltz says there's no such thing as dangerous fat. The two of them could argue all day long, but I don't know who's right or who's wrong. I think that the reality probably either lies somewhere in between, or it's an individual thing, and in some people, maybe visceral fat can be harmful, and others maybe not. Cholesterol is the same way. LDL in some people is deadly, and high LDL will indeed kill them. That those people should absolutely, I think, be on some kind of cholesterol-lowering medication. Other people, high LDL is the healthiest thing in the world for them. And for them to take a cholesterol-lowering medication is to make themselves sick and poison themselves and shorten their life. How do you know which one of these people you are? You can't just make a blanket statement. Nobody should take statins. How do you know? If you're a metabolically healthy human being, LDL is good. You have good LDL, big fluffy particles, doesn't matter the number, the higher the better. You're a metabolically ill individual, like most human beings in America. You have insulin resistance, you have small, dense, damaged LDL particles. If you have high LDL, you are in trouble, because that LDL is killing you. So you can't just say LDL is bad or LDL is, you can't say that. It's different things depending on the people. Nobody seems to get it, least of all the medical community. Now, most people who are metabolically ill are going to have low LDL anyway. So we have come to call that normal. Low cholesterol, and I say LDL, not cholesterol, but I'm talking about that cholesterol number. Low LDL is considered normal because most sick people, that lowers the fact that you are metabolically ill will. Maybe it's the body's attempt to make less and less of that shit that's killing it. But when you're a metabolically healthy human being, living on meat and fat, very little sugars, no processed food, no insulin resistance, your body gets a green light more than likely because LDL is great for you. It does so many things in your body, delivers those fat-soluble vitamins, and it works as part of the immune system, and it delivers that cholesterol everywhere it's needed, and it's needed everywhere. And I think when you're healthier, you got the green light to keep producing it. So for a healthy individual, a high LDL is beneficial. Nobody talks about this. I've never heard this said anywhere. Why? Am I wrong? Or am I the only guy out here that kind of wants to see something that actually makes some sense and fit? There's a lot of answers out there to every question, but sometimes there's only one right answer. It's like a story, a lot of stories, but only one of them is actually the story. Lori, good morning. How are you, Lori? Good to see you. Good to see you. Rick. Hi, Rick. How are you? Yeah, the last video was so funny. Yeah, Rick, you're the star of it. Holy mackerel. I guess you're the gift that keeps on giving to us. And people are still saying good morning in there. I'm looking down at the chat. That's 22 after already. This is the fastest hour in the universe. My morning show for me, like this. It just goes. It's gone. And I got some new T-shirts from Gary yesterday, but I'm not wearing any today. I don't know why. I just put this one on when I got up, and I'd planned on changing into a new one. I have one that's a custom-made one, and it says, Old Guy Carnivore's favorite cigar is El Rey del Mundo. I like that. I'll probably wear that one tomorrow. But I got another two T-shirts coming today, Gary, but that, I think, are the last of them, because according to the post office, I only have 2 packages left en route to me. And I'm running out of room where I hang my T-shirts up in the closet. I don't fold them up. I actually hang them on hangers. Because I don't like going through the drill of having to fold the T-shirt up. And secondly, they just seem to get less wrinkly hanging on hangers in the closet. And it's not like I got a closet full of clothes, because I don't. I don't. All the clothes went away when I lost the weight, and I never bought any more. Mason says, good morning, hello, and good morning to you. I'm not even at 7 o'clock yet, and we're approaching the 25-minute behind mark, but it's okay. It's okay. We're all here, despite the fact that you'd think we had leprosy or something. Basically, I got a kick out of what a great story that Josie told us this morning on Kelsey. It just confirms everything we know about vegans and plants, but the one thing she didn't touch on was the politics of veganism. The politics. It is almost a political party and its own religion. 2 things that always tend to create strife and never come out ending well. Pitting this group against that group. like I said, I'm going to make a video. And the title of my video is going to be a takeoff on Michael Savage's book, Liberalism is a Mental Disorder. And my video is going to be entitled, Veganism is a Mental Disorder. And that, I'm hoping, will get YouTube to push it out there. I don't know, but it's going to be fun. And I'm seriously thinking about just turning off the comments, because I just don't want to hear from people that disagree with me on that point. You either do it your way or not. I'm going to tell you my observations. And God, if I got a lot of observations that may surprise, a lot of these may surprise a lot of you. So these are things that really need to be said, that more people need to watch. But just like our documentaries, the only people that watch them are people that don't need to be convinced, and a few people that are looking for what reasons to attack us back, like what happened to me when I had my stroke. Those videos went viral because they were used as ammunition against us by every vegan channel on the planet. Carnivore has a stroke. That's the way the world works. That's the way the world works. That's politics. That's not common sense. Richard Williams is there. How you doing? Good to see you. Everybody's talking away. Still, I'm not at 7 o'clock, and I'll never get there if I keep going like I am. Barry Simon. Hey, Barry, I hope you enjoyed that video yesterday. That was all you, with a little help from Lewis and Thomas. Thomas was pretty responsible for the South Park stuff. He did the actual images of us with the South Park theme, and then sent them to Barry, and Barry was the one that actually made a little video out of them. So I hope I did put it in the description of that video and gave both you guys credit for contributing. I hope you don't think I forgot you. Who is this? This is Mason. Said hi to you already. And Brian Airy, Bacon Runner, Donna Ray, still trying to get to 7 o'clock. Rick D, Barry Simon again. Tammy Batarch, still trying to get to 7. Good morning, y'all. Mitch Fitz and Isabella's here. Hi, Isabella. Michael Pregler, 659. Lambs, yeah. Jump the gun, Lambs, you. 659 at the very end, and then Robbie Autry comes along, and the two of you guys straddle the finish line this morning. Wow, 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 wow. 5 wows on that one. Larry Ryan was right there, and Christy was right there too. Mini Wellness, and it's like the horse race here. Marla Kelly, good morning to you. I'll get at it. Charger Mopar Rick, 7 o'clock. Banda was here at 7. Lori Weitzel was here at 7. And Chuck from Clearwater, Super Tune. Sandy Blythe saying hi to Mason. Okay, now we're saying hi. Don Schanger, good morning. And Kevin, Corgi Lover, good morning. To Meme Master Mitch. No, that's Barry's shot. Yeah, there's so many of those. He sent me a couple more yesterday. I don't know if I'll get to them this morning, but I'm going to start on a next collection. And even though it didn't do very well, the people who did see it loved it, and that's all I care about, really. Doesn't matter to me one way or the other. The video does 500 views, 1,500 views. And occasionally one of them goes crazy and gets into the hundreds of thousands of views. I'll never be a big-time YouTuber and never make any money at this. All I do is keep spending money. Spending money, buying new gadgets. Stevie Wood, how you doing, Stevie? Good to see you. And here is Danny in Boston. Good morning, Danny from Merritt Island. It's their second week, I believe. Second week of vacation. Hope you're enjoying. You're going to have a hot one today. 94, sunny. We haven't had one of those days in a while. It's been raining like crazy. It rained like hell yesterday. But today they're forecasting sunny and 94 degrees. And if that was a launch this morning, Danny, you were right there. I hope you actually got to see it, because Merritt Island is the northern end of Merritt Island is like kissing cousins to Cape Canaveral. What a great place to watch rockets go up. All right, let's get through this. Oh, Peter's here. Hi, Peter. How you doing? Glycocalyx, glycosylation. Yeah, it's great. Post-translational modification. It's not as complicated as it sounds. It's just, once you understand it, you go, wow, why didn't I understand that? It's not real complicated. It's just impossible to explain cellular biology to people who don't understand basic chemistry. For example, if you don't know what an ion is, you might not be able to understand organic chemistry. Anybody else I missed saying hi to? Robbie Van Dam, hi, good morning to you from Michigan. Coming off Kiltsy, is that what that says? Yeah. What am I missing here? Yeah, coming off Kiltsy. Those two F's on my screen. It's my eyes. See, I see the one F and then the second F. Maybe it's my screen. Looks like it's there and it's not there. It's there, it's not. Yeah, Kiltsy, that was an interesting guest this morning. Interesting guest. Peter says, yep, we eat effing meat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Francine Bourgeois from Montreal. Hi, Francine. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. And Danny says, Mitch, I forgot and just ran outside but missed it. Oh, you did hear it, didn't you? I wasn't crazy, Danny. I wasn't crazy. It's a distinct sound. It's not, we live near an airport here in Melbourne, and occasionally, every morning at 6:15, there's a flight that takes off from here, and we hear it goes right over my house, and it roars, and there's no, it's got a distinct sound pattern, and you can't mistake a launch. It's a much lower frequency rumble, and you feel it on certain days. Also, the direction of the wind will determine how you experience it. Believe it or not, the wind will disrupt the sound waves, the turbulence from the wind if it's heavy. But on a calm morning, wow, do we hear it here? And I can almost tell whether it's a bigger rocket or not when one of the the Falcon Heavy with the two boosters on the sides go. I can tell just from the sound that it wasn't a normal Falcon launch. So many of them. But I'm glad I hope you got to see it going up. That's something that we see all the time, and we kind of go, oh, another launch. But to somebody who doesn't experience it every day, it's an event. People come down here and make vacations around these bigger, more publicized launches like moonshots and things like that. And they fly down here and they get a hotel and they bring the whole family and they get a hotel over there at the beach, and then they get out there and spend all that money, and then the lunch gets scrubbed and they have to fly home before. That's so sad. I feel sorry for those people. Hello, Hugh Myra. How you doing? Good morning to you. And Michael Pregler saying hi to everybody, and Peter is pontificating as usual. Yes, I've watched many videos. Yep, Sean O'Mara. I don't watch his videos. I think I admire him, and he's entitled to his opinion as well as Kelsey is, and I am, and everybody else. That's what they are. They're all opinions based on what we've learned. And if we really actually believe that what we've learned, we learned it from credible sources, then it is really the story, not just a story. Most stories that you hear are not the story, whatever it's about. There is only one real story. You can't have two differing stories and expect them both to be correct. That's the way it works. There's only one reality. I don't think we even understand what that is these days. All the new thinking in quantum physics are saying that our reality isn't really real. Our reality is just our perception. It gets spooky. It's Twilight Zone stuff. Twilight Zone stuff. I used to like the Twilight Zone. But we do the best we can do. D, I wouldn't be too excited about Sean O'Mara. I really wouldn't be too excited about him. Not that he's, not that there's anything, not that there's anything wrong with him, but I wouldn't be too excited. He says nothing different than any other carnivore YouTuber, except the visceral fat thing. I do not agree with him, but what do I know? He's a doctor, but in his entire medical education, they never even talked about whether visceral fat produces cytokines, which are poisonous, and it's bad for you. They never talked about that in medical school. Nobody ever taught him. This is an idea that he came up with on his own, based on his own experience and his own research. He believes it like any devout religious person believes in God. There's no doubt in his mind. He probably would not be open to a debate about whether he's wrong or right, but that's okay. I'm the same way. You could try to convince me that I'm wrong about certain things, but at my current state of understanding of the universe and reality, I'm convinced I'm right. When I see some evidence that I'm wrong, I'll change horses in a minute. But just hearing somebody tell me I'm wrong, better give me some good reason, and I'll listen. And I have changed my mind many times about things in the past, especially diet things. So don't get too excited about Sean O'Mara. Nice guy, good-looking guy, got a great physique and everything, doctor. But I don't hear him saying anything else different about carnivore, about what you should eat and what you shouldn't eat and all that. And I don't think that when we try to focus on any one thing and fix it, we end up screwing things up more. And to focus in on visceral fat and ignore everything else, I think is not going to be very helpful. But that's my opinion, and that opinion is from the fact that I have not watched, well, disclaimer here, I have not watched any more than a couple of his videos. And that's what was my takeaway. I may have missed something. Is the whole point. But there's only so many hours, and there are so many people out there giving out so much differing advice. You can only listen to so much. You need to take a little time off and maybe enjoy life and smell the roses. I'm looking for QQQs. Do I have to tell you that if you have a question for me or a topic you want to talk about, put a QQQ in there? I'm up to 706. Wow, way behind. Okay, we're going to Okay, Danny's talking about the meetup in Massachusetts. Make sure you let me know. I may make an outing and an adventure out of it. Rick says, I stopped watching O'Mara when he stopped responding to comments. I didn't know that he had stopped. I didn't know that he had stopped. Oh, this is funny. Papa Carnivore, Peter. Peter's my biggest cheerleader, by the way. D, yes, Mitch has a big brain. Super. Super smart. Thank you, Peter. You know, whenever I hear that big brain comment, I think right back to the Pulp Fiction movie. Pulp Fiction movie, where what's his name? The actor says, "Look at the big brain on Brad." He says. Remember that one? Remember that scene? Look at the big brain on Brad. Yeah, I remember that. It's amazing how just a couple of words will flash you back to something that you can't believe. How in the hell could I remember trivia like that? But you do. And you just get more and more amazed at the power of our own memory and brain and physiology. And mind-boggling is the term. It is. It is. It's fascinating. It's always fascinating to me. Why we remember certain things that aren't important and we can't remember things that were. How do we remember the words of a song or a TV commercial from when we were kids? And we know every word. The Oscar Mayer Wiener jingle comes to mind. Peter. It's just, we were talking about some, oh, that's Rick. I thought that was CB. Bacon Runner. I gotta go. I gotta start running. It is almost 1:45. I don't know about you, but this is the fastest hour in the day. Robert Kiltz is here. Kelsey got nothing better to do. At 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm glad I saw that. If you're still here, welcome. I can't imagine you're still watching this, but we need to. When you come next week, Kelsey, if you're still watching, we need to sit down and try to figure out a way that we can, in layman's terms, explain some of this complex chemistry, even though you don't need to know any of it to be a carnivore. But there are people that are fascinated, like me and you, that just have to know how it works. There are people that can drive a car all their life and never understand what a spark plug does. And there are people like Rick. Well, you and I, Kilty, are the Ricks of cellular biology. We need to know what's going on under the hood. And then what do we do to make it work better? Make it go faster. Make it last longer. Not everybody is that curious. Certainly more people are curious about cars than they are about human biology. But we need to try to figure out a way to explain some of these very complicated processes like post-translational modification and what it does and what it means, even though there is no actionable knowledge that could come from that other than just understanding. It's not necessary to know that to be on a carnivore diet. It's not necessary to know what's going on in trillions of cells in your body, thousands of times a second. It would scare most people. If they actually knew what was going on, they would expect to kill over and die in a second, because they're going to say, how the hell could this actually work? All this stuff working in concert and lasting for 70, 80, 90, 100 years. How could this possibly work when anything could interrupt it and you could be dead in seconds? And you don't believe me? Stop, put a plastic bag over your head and see how long you're going to live. It doesn't take very long of an interruption in the body's cellular chemistry to kill you. And I always wonder, how could we stay alive so long? And that is evidence and proof that it works. And the current state of the programming of it, refined over millions and millions and millions and hundreds of millions of years of life, is a hell of a lot smarter than we are. Because all we're doing is interfering and screwing it up and giving people bad advice, like eat healthy plants and whole grains. And the sheep, the people out there who are sheep, are worshiping at the wrong altars. They're worshiping at the altar of the white coat and stethoscope. They're worshiping at the altars of the huge educational institutions like Harvard and Tufts. They're worshiping at the altars of the biggest profitable food and drug companies, and are firmly convinced and believe in almost religious fervor that anybody that contradicts that message is a heretic and therefore an enemy and needs to be put to death. Kind of sounds like a religious war, doesn't it? My God can beat up your God, so my God told me that if you don't believe in him, that we need to kill you. So, do we have infidels in the nutritional space? But I digress. I think the whole thing is just absurd. And I say, how can people not see it for what it is? How come they can't see all the forces at work that have screwed us up and taken us off the real path that we existed for millions of years before we got too smart for our own good and too greedy? Yeah. And Peter says, yeah, that's right, Peter. PTM, just eat fatty meat. Well, speaking of fatty meat, I'm going to make a video today. I found the best, cleanest, most delicious kielbasa, beef, kielbasa, sausage. I love sausage, but I can't eat hot dogs anymore. Even my old standbys, which were Hebrew National, Sabrettes, all the good stuff, they've loaded that up with so much crap now. It's terrible. But I found some fabulous sausage, and I'm going to make a video today about those and how I cook it in the air fryer with the thermometer and everything. And I had that for lunch yesterday, and I can't wait to have it again today. It's so good, and there's nothing wrong with it. Oh, wow. I can't tell you how excited I am to have found this sausage, and I'm going to talk about it. And no, I'm not selling it. I get no commissions or anything. I get it at Sam's Club. I don't care. It's just so good. I've been hunting for years for a good, easy-to-find supply of something like this that I could eat and be very happy. Eat it with eggs. Eat it by itself. Make a chaffle. Wrap it around the sausage and eat it that way. It's so tasty. Yes, it's got some spices in it, and I think it's got like 1 gram of carbs for a whole big sausage, but who cares? It's not going to hurt me. But I'm going to make a video about that today. I may not get it released today, but to remind me tomorrow, what about the sausage video? Because I think if I put out this video, I'm probably going to stock up on it before it run on the Sam's Club. Because if every carnivore knew that this stuff was there, you'd never be able to get it. And it's not expensive either. Lori says, Mitch is making me, I'm making myself hungry, Lori. That's the purpose. That's the reason we're here, to help each other make this even better for us. Find different things so it isn't so boring all the time. We don't get bored with it, but wow, the thought of holding that sausage in a chaffle is so hot dog like. And I always loved eating hot dogs with buns, but we can't do that now. I just go to Sam's Club and go up to the window and buy a hot dog and tell them, give it to me with no bun. And they didn't even know how to wrap it up, how to hand it to me. They usually wrapped. So I said, well, we can't do that, sir. And they gave it to me in the bun. And the first thing I did, took the hot dog off the bun, threw the bun away. But people don't understand that. Yeah, I like a hot dog with no bun. You want mustard on that? That'd be a little messy, don't you think? Robert Kills Entertainment. Yeah. Kiltsy. I can't wait to see you next week. We'll have a ball. We'll have a good time. Sit around, smoke a few cigars, eat some steak, and talk about deep subjects. Everybody saying hi to Kilts. I doubt he's still here. I don't know. I haven't looked at the recent chat, but Mason says she likes a good honest rant. Well, I like to rant. I am opinionated. I'll admit that. Everything I have is, we're all opinionated. Anybody who says they're not opinionated, it doesn't know what the word means. How can you live without opinions? You must be if you have no opinions, you must be the ultimate sheep, just following the herd, mindlessly. A lot of people like that. Amy says, Rumble is hard too. Rumble is worse than YouTube. You can't go on to Rumble not only and get a big following and make any money, not unless you have a big YouTube channel where you tell people, like Ken Berry did, follow me on Rumble too. But in no case you're going to get more viewers from Rumble than you had on YouTube in the first place. So there's too many of us want to be stars, me included. There's only room for so many stars. The average viewer only has a certain number of hours a day to watch, and we're all competing for the same viewer, and more carnivores. Not that I think that's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing, but it doesn't bode well for any one of them to really take off. And when you look at the number of views that even the old regulars get these days compared to what they got a year ago at this time, it's nothing. It's because they throttled us. They came out and told us they were throttling us. They sent us, they posted emails saying, we now consider keto and carnivore as dangerous medical advice. We are not deleting or censoring the channels. We are simply not going to promote them. Boom. Our view count got cut to 10% of what it used to be. And until they changed that, we all thought back then, well, maybe these new dietary guidelines would, no. The people that run Google are liberal vegans. So even if an edict came down, they would rebel from within. They would not. They will constantly insert their own biases into the algorithm, even though they're not supposed to. and promote their own agenda. And the vegan videos get hundreds of thousands of views, and the vegan documentaries get released big time into theaters and advertised because they go along and don't dispute that the healthiest diet a human being can eat, you know it, healthy fruits and vegetables, healthy whole grains, no meat, low fat, and no salt. You got that message, you could be a big YouTube star. It's frustrating for us. It's frustrating for all of you. We all share the same few hundred viewers that are militant about this. And nobody else is going to hear it. At the Healing Humanity movie in Orlando, there won't be any vegans or vegetarians attending. It's an event for the choir. We have to understand the reality of that and chip away at it, and that's what we do. So we come here for our own entertainment, be around like-minded people, and reinforce our belief that we are doing the right thing. We just happen to be smart, nice people as well. And being smart, nice people who have found the Holy Grail, the fountain of youth that everybody else is searching for, but nobody can find it, we want to help people. Kind of a missionary attitude. That's just normal excitement. I found something that solved the problems. You want to tell the world. Even if there's nothing in it for you other than the good feeling of helping people. And the world keeps fighting back. Hi, Bill Cook. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Amanda. Amanda, did I say? Yeah, I think I said hi to you earlier. I'm it's almost 8 o'clock already, and I'm way behind. Gilream, how you doing? Good morning to you. Kiltz is still here. Kiltz, love, respect, Sean. I'm like, yeah, just you don't hate somebody just because you disagree a little bit. Sean is a good guy. I don't mean, if any of you think that I don't like him, but I don't, I don't know if he's right or wrong. I don't know if visceral fat is poisoning you or not. I don't know for sure. Who does? When you have two smart guys, one of them Sean O'Mara, one of them Robert Kiltz, that have a different answer for the same question, maybe in some respect they're both right. Maybe like cholesterol or like LDL, a high LDL is good for some people and bad for other people. Now, the idea is to find out why is it bad for those people, and in that respect, instead of trying to lower it, why not actually go after the root cause of what makes it bad for them, and that's a bad diet. That makes sense? Does to me. And yes, I know I'm all over the place this morning, so what's new? Yeah, and D says, would you do a podcast with O'Mara? I don't know if you've ever interviewed O'Mara or not yet, Kelsey, but he'd probably be amenable to that. And Michael Pregler says that O'Mara is one of the big microbiome guys out there. Well, that's another area where I disagree with him. I think that we need to keep our head out of our ass. Now, that was funny when I said that. I mean, think about that. Talking about microbiome. We need to keep our head out of our ass. The microbiome is something that is a direct result of the food we eat. If we eat meat, different strains of bacteria will prosper, other strains of bacteria will die. If we eat sugar, Same thing. If we want our microbiome to be the correct microbiome for human beings, it's not up to us to determine and tell our ass what we want to live there and what we want to go away. Think about that. For millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of years, we have had a symbiotic relationship with bacteria that live on us, in us, above us, around us, under us, and everywhere else. We didn't even know what a bacteria was, but somehow it all worked. It worked because the bacteria made their own rules and governed themselves. And there was no food, they went somewhere else. Well, the food for the bacteria is a result of the waste that what you eat that your body doesn't need and ends up in your gut. Any talk of microbiome or taking probiotics or any of that other stuff, fecal transplants, in my opinion, is humans meddling in things they don't understand. And the simplicity of it, it's so simple. If you don't eat sugar, the strains of bacteria that ferment sugar will die off in your colon. And after a period of adjustment, a week or two of diarrhea, of revolting bacteria, because all of a sudden they're starving to death and they're dying and they're going to try to eat your gut lining instead. When all settles down, you'll have a different population of bacteria, maybe even a more diverse one. That is the one we evolved with. Our old friends, our old symbiotic bacteria that lived with us and our ancestors for millions of years, eating the food that we're supposed to eat today, but not eating. The microbiome will take care of itself. And like so many things that we try to micromanage, we need to keep our heads out of our asses and pay attention to the food we eat. Period. Period. I like that. Keep your head out of your ass. That was clever. That was clever and so true. So true. Can you think of a better way to say that? I know that some people don't like the fact that I get a little crude once in a while, but sometimes that you just got to put things in terms that people can understand and leave the big words out of it. Kilts, low cholesterol is deadly. Yes, it is. We need the cholesterol. There's so many things it does. It's a precursor to so many hormones. Without it, we're screwed up. It forms the myelin sheaths on the connections, on the neurons that connect brain cells. Without them, our brains are short-circuiting. No wonder we get mentally ill and get dementia. It's so simple. We need the cholesterol. It makes up the structure of most of our cell walls. Do you think that's a little important? Imagine what would happen if one day all of your cell walls disappeared. You would be an inconsequential puddle of goo in a microsecond. Kind of like those science fiction movies where they shoot somebody with a laser gun and they go poof and there's a little puddle of liquid on the floor. That's what we would be without cholesterol. Might be one of the single most important molecules in the human body. And we've said, it's killing you. Oh, God. How did it? I know how it got this way. How do we fix it is the bigger question. And why isn't everybody ranting about this like me? And why are my audience going away because they're tired of hearing this? There's nothing more valuable I could be saying here. At least, in my opinion. All right, I'm going to get through this, get to the bottom real quick, look for more questions, and get the hell out of here because I think maybe I'm in a strange mood this morning. But I want to thank everybody for coming in here and spending some time with me. I hope something I said resonated somewhere. There's so much that has to change. It's overwhelming. So many misconceptions that have to be righted. It's overwhelming. I sit here sometimes and they all just come at me like waves. We need to fix this. We need to fix that. We need to fix the other. Where do we start? And the only way you can start is trying to simplify it as much as possible and try to talk to people at a level that they might understand, because not everybody is a scientist. I tend to get caught up in reading these things as they go by. Here we're talking about Florida weather. Question. Prime Day starts today. Yes, Mike Seeley Sr. You notice that I have not been pushing Amazon, talking about my Amazon links, making videos about all the Prime Day deals. I'm done with them. I'm tired of that. I've had it. Never works. It never works. I've been talking about it for years. I thought it would be a way of maybe making a tiny little bit of extra income. I've given up on anything in this YouTube experience that makes any money. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm doing it because I love to do it. I love you guys. That being said, it is Prime Day. So remember this one fact. If you want to help out old Mitch, and I'm not going to put any videos about it or any of that other crap, but if you want to help out old Mitch, and if something you want to buy from Amazon, you can do this anytime. Just go to my links page on OldGuyCarnivore.com. Go into links to stuff I use. Even if you don't want to buy anything, it's on any of the stuff that I use. Click on one of them. Go to Amazon and then go shopping. If you came to Amazon and didn't close your browser and then didn't buy my thing, the thing that came up, but just said in the search bar what you're looking for, and purchase it, Amazon gives me credit for bringing you to the party, and they pay me a little bit. That's I'd be just because you want to help me out, and you think there's some value in what I'm doing here, because the money is not the reason we do it, and certainly not for my friend Kelsey, because he spends a fortune. I keep my spending to a minimum. Every once in a while I buy a new gadget to help me do better videos and live streams, but that's about it. It's a good question, Tommy. Why did you increase the potassium in your electrolytes? Well, just because potassium has such a high RDA, they say 4,000 milligrams or 4 grams a day of potassium. Most of the supplements have inconsequential amounts of potassium. Some of them less than 100 milligrams. Out of 4,000, 1/40th of the RDA, and you're paying big bucks for these. The average electrolyte comes with about 500 milligrams of potassium. I think we need more than that. The Berg's electrolyte that I was taking, I took it because it had 1,000 milligrams. It was what I thought the closest thing to what might be helpful. So I still getting some cramps. I've been taking, I think, enough magnesium, and I thought maybe I should up the potassium too. I know I get plenty of sodium, so I upped it. It's tough to tell whether it really helps or not, but at this point I'm not getting many legs. Still got a little leg cramp once in a while. Maybe that's just getting older. Maybe it's left over from my stroke. I don't know. But the 1,000 milligrams of potassium can't hurt you. Believe me. The difference between 500 and 1,000 is only a small percentage of what you should get in a day. And you can check it, you can add it up yourself. A slice of Wright's thick cut bacon has 95. So I need to eat, if I'm getting potassium from nowhere else, I need to eat 35 slices of that, or 40 or 45 slices of that a day. It's not going to happen. And it couldn't hurt. So I thought, it's number one, it's cheap. let me bump it up to the same thing. And I don't know of any supplement mixes that have more than 1,000. So I consider my mix with 1,000 of potassium, around 500 of magnesium, about 500 to 600 of sodium per dose, milligrams per dose, probably as potent as the best of the ones you buy out there at 2% of the cost by mixing it yourself. Good question, Tammy. Good question. We can talk more about those mixes and how I arrive at the procedure to make them. It's complicated when it's first explained to you, but it's pretty. Barry Simon, we're talking about Sean O'Mara here. Does he focus on fermented veggies? Why would you want to ferment anything? Why would plants are poisonous? So when you ferment a plant, you don't get rid of the poison. You get rid of most of the sugar. But the poisons are still there. The oxalate, the fermentation does not get rid of the oxalate. Why would you want to ferment it? Just don't eat it. Stop trying to influence the population in your gut. Keep your head out of your ass. My advice. It's much simpler that way. A lot less to think about. You don't have to worry about it and make lists and well, let's see. Let me take a census in my gut and see what strains of bacteria I have and what their populations are. So time to put my head back up my ass again. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't fall for that. They all tell you how that's your second brain, how the chemicals excreted by all these people, all these bugs up your ass are going to your brain, and you don't. Eat meat. Eat meat. Eat meat. Eat effing meat. You'll have the right neighborhood. You'll have the right neighborhood with the right neighbors down there. And anything they excrete that goes to your brain will be the way it's supposed to be. And you'll become sane, like me. Well, maybe not like me. You'll become sane and reasonable, and your mental health will improve. And you'll be happier and you'll feel more content. Because you're eating animal products and not poisoning yourself anymore. You're not eating too much sugar. It's so simple. But there's no money in simplicity. That's the problem. There's no commerce in the simplicity of this. There are no opportunities to get rich quick with supplements and drugs and all the other things that use health as an excuse. Half the economy would go broke if people started eating a carnivore or a keto diet. And that would not be a good thing for our country. We worked ourselves into a corner. It only took us 100 years to do it. But we have worked ourselves into a corner where there is no escape, where everybody survives. That's just reality. Yeah, Barra's a doctor and a lawyer. That scares the shit out of me right there. Just scary. I know one other guy who's a doctor and a lawyer in Orlando. He bills himself as the MDJD. And he advertises, he's a slip and fall personal injury lawyer that advertises on TV, on the news. And I got about as much, I have no respect for anybody like that. He drives a Porsche. I know because I've seen it in Orlando. And on the Porsche, he has a vanity license plate. It says MDJD. The guy is proud of himself, but he's a slip and fall, sleazebag, ambulance chasing attorney. How much respect do I have? Doctors are bad enough. Doctors are destructive and cause harm. Lawyers, God, we can't go there. I have no respect for lawyers. Zero. They are mercenaries, hired gun, greedy, thieving whores, most of them. You take a lawyer and make him into a doctor, you may as well be throwing gasoline on a fire when it comes to evil, as far as I'm concerned. So I would not brag about the fact that I brag about the fact that I'm neither a lawyer or a doctor. I don't have the, it's not in my personality to be somebody that does so much damage to so many people who can live with themselves. Sorry, Sean. You may be the exception. Because there are always exceptions. This is funny. This is funny. Yeah, Isabel, so I can see the Peter's a cheerleader. Yeah, Peter's a head cheerleader. Peter's the head cheerleader. Well, my phone's been going ding here. Let me guess. I would imagine it is Sam's Club wants to sell me things. Barry Simon made a meme. Keep your head out of your ass. Oh, I can't wait to see that, Barry. That is going to be probably the first one, but we're running late today. Sam's Club, there it is. What can I live without today? Sam's Club. Coffee, that's it. They sent me coffee ads. How about that? How about that? It's all coffee, a whole page of coffee. And omega-3 supplement, a barbecue grill. Wow, a king-size bed. All right. Not interested. Okay. I keep feeding Barry these ideas, and he keeps coming up with these memes. I didn't play any memes yet today. We'll do it tomorrow. I just made that whole movie yesterday. I figured you'd all be overloaded on memes today. You're all talking about me here. Peter's cheerleading me. Where am I? Up to 7:05. No, I'm still a half an hour behind. All right, I gotta speed through this now. Because I don't know how it happens. Question, Mitch. Where do you find the kielbasa? Ah, Peter, watch my video at Sam's Club. I'll give you that much. But you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait for my video. Question. Can you eat the brand of that sausage? I want for lunch today. No, because then nobody watched my video. Because you guys are the only ones that watch my video. I want to show you. I don't even remember the brand name. Honest to God. It's in the refrigerator. Right now, I can't even tell you what it is. Or else I would. I'm not really that mean. But I'd never heard of it before. And I hope it's one of those things that Sam's Club continues to carry, because they get these things in and out, and then they discontinue them for some reason. I used to buy these whole Hebrew National salamis at Sam's Club. Unsliced, big salamis. I used to buy them there. They were great. I loved them. I bought a meat slicer just for those salamis, and then they discontinued them. Now I got the meat slicer that I don't use. I used to buy jars of Vita, V-I-T-A, pickled herring. Remember that? At Sam's Club. I would live on that shit back when I was keto, because it had some onions in it. They discontinued that. You can't find it anywhere now. So hopefully they won't discontinue this. Hopefully it'll become a staple. Maybe if I send enough people to Sam's Club to buy it, they'll realize the value of selling something that's this good. And again, there is absolutely nothing in it for me to tell you about it, other than not being able to get it anymore because everybody else wants it. We are, as carnivores, creating our own competition. You know that. The more people we try to bring into carnivore, the more competition at the meat counter there will be for us to be able to find what we want when it's tough enough to find it now. And yet we're such good people. We want to help so much that we put our own needs to the side. What does that make us? Does that make us philanthropists, or does that make us idiots? For me, the jury's still out on that. I got to the end of the chat. That's great. The last one in the chat was Sandy Blythe. Aldi, I figured, yeah, I know they did from time, but Aldi was the same thing. Aldi would get it in, and I'd buy a bunch, and then they'd run out of it, and it'd be gone for 6 months, or maybe another year. So many of those brands have a lot of sugar in them, though. Somewhere along the line, the sugar industry has learned how to adulterate every good food on the planet by making it more addictive by adding more sugar. It benefits everybody except the human race. Listen, my friends, it's been great. I've had a good time. I'm wired. I'm wound up today, you can tell. I think my speech gets better when I get wound up. I think I get more awake, less slurring, better enunciation, talk faster. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. I love it. Anyway, say goodbye to your friends in the chat. I will be back tomorrow. May the beef be with you, says Sparky Donna, Corey Lover, Kevin. Great show, Lori Weitzel, Robbie Autry. Go outside and smoke that cigar, Mitch. Sounds like a plan. Rick says, see you tomorrow morning. See ya. Barry Simon, thanks, Barry, as always, for everything as you do. Have a happy day, everyone, and keep your... And I got a video from Barry about him cooking some steaks, smoked them, then cooked them in the Bighorn Grill. Oh, my God. A short video clip. I will tell you, Barry, that when you text me a MOV file, I have such a hard time getting that to work and getting it off myself. I have to get it off my cell phone into my computer. Better to Gmail me those things. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Then I don't lose them. I lose them in my text feed on my cell phone. Corgi Lover, bye. And Josephine Beef Woman. Good night, beautiful people. Hey, Mitch, says Yellow Rose. And Just Jerry. Oh, Yellow Rose is saying goodbye to Just Jerry. Adios, says Corey Lover. Adios, amigos. Okay. Okay. That's it. The music ends. And I will get on my day, and you too. So, sage advice. Now that we've all gotten our heads out of our asses, look around. Smell the roses. Have a great day. And take the rest of the day off. And eat meat.